No party is above criticism, and I say that even as it applies to the third world. One of the biggest mistakes communists have always made throughout the years is refusing to acknowledge when material conditions changed. Marxist-Leninists made this mistake when they refused to accept the theoretical contributions of Mao, which turned out to be correct, that in the most backward of nations where there was no industrial working class, the peasants were the wave that had to be revolutionized and brought forth revolution. And those who refused to acknowledge this, those who refused to accept the theoretical contributions of Mao, are actually being reactionary. Dogmato-revisionist is the best way to describe Hojists, and a particular degree of racism from such a group. But what we're seeing right now is another shift again. One of the things that not just the Naxalites, but other third world revolutionary movements, a mistake that they make, is that they hyper-focus on the peasants now. The thing is, over the last couple of decades, the populations of the world have become very urbanized. There's been an urbanization of process, the forcing of peasants off their land into the cities looking for work. So now that very low level, that lower, deeper section of the proletariat that Lenin said to reach has changed. It's not solely in the countryside anymore. The area that people have to get into now, that have to organize and revolutionize, is the shanty towns. You know, the barrios. You know, the corrugated iron shacks, the massive, hillside homes that are just made out of refuse material. Those people where the unemployment rate is astronomically high, people who barely survive, is another key place that has to be organized and revolutionized. Because if not, we stick purely with who is a peasant, we're going to fail. Because it is not solely about the peasant anymore, because the peasant isn't really the majority anymore. It is now necessary to take those, you could call landless peasants or disposed workers, depending on how you want to describe them. They too are a very important key, a very important part of revolution in a third world country. And so far, a lot of movements have just been simply ignoring them. You cannot focus solely on the peasants anymore. There has to be a combination of the peasants and the people in the shanty towns, because that's where the proletariat is. It is not a majority of peasants anymore. It now must include a great deal of the people who live in shanty towns. If you like this video and you'd like to see more of them, then head over to my Patreon page and show your support. Or you can go to the MRN bookstore and check out some of the latest books available. Don't forget to rate, comment, subscribe, and share on various social media.